Breaking news update. The GMC Yukon, Chevrolet Tahoe, and Cadillac Escalade are all the same vehicle underneath.
Feel that in your gut.
Totally meant what I said. They're family members. They all hail from the same barn. Okay? They may have different interiors and different headlights and more squishy squish and more technology. But until you talk about that Cadillac SV or whatever, that big one that goes around the earth faster than anything, the one that's got a Corvette engine under there, until we talk about that, they are all the same. Let's talk about some power plants real quick. Under the hood of this is that 3.0 Duramax. That sucker's got almost 500 pound-feet of torque. And there are people that comment to me all the time talking about they getting in the high 20s on mile per gallon. 31, 32, 33. One guy said 36 or 37. I don't know about all that. But anyway, that's what the man said. You can only do with what people say. Now, as far as the other engines, in case I don't want a diesel. Is there any other options? Oh, yeah. There's a pair of gassers. A 5.3 and a 6.2. The 6.2, God love the 6.2's little heart. General Motors, does it make you happy? Are you excited to watch and go through social media and see, I just bought a brand new 300 mile Tahoe just blew an engine. My brand new GMC Sierra has got 1,000 miles on it, needs a new engine. Casey, why are you talking about trucks? Well, remember, these have to be built off of full-size trucks. So you're looking at a GMC Sierra right here, a Chevrolet Silverado. But anyway, they are all still cousins. Because remember, they got to have that for the backbone. What we are talking about here is a massive SUV. This is not a crossover. If you own a big, large boat or an enclosed trailer, or, I don't know, you rent a U-Haul trailer. Anyway, if you do some pulling, 10,000 pounds, this is what you buy, not a crossover. Remember, this is built off of a truck frame. A crossover is built off like a Chevrolet Impala frame or something, okay? The problem with this generation, this is a great car right here, okay, and it's beautiful. I like the Yukon better than the Tahoe and better than the Escalade. I hate those taillights on the Escalade. Those big 5-foot tall, $5,000 a piece taillights. I don't know if they have that much. But Ford decided to redesign the Expedition. And let's say there's way more Lincoln in it than Ford. The next generation of these is going to be awesome. The dynamic duo. They're cousins. Don't ever forget that. GMC Yukon and a Chevrolet Tahoe. The perennial leader in large SUVs, not crossovers, SUVs. Turbo diesel under the hood of that one. And then obviously the old 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8. If there's ever two vehicles that have ever been let down by their manufacturers, by the engineers that create and build them, it's these two. God, Toyota just absolutely screwed up. There's works and there's talks that they may bring a V8 back. No kidding. Are you kidding? Really? And then over here, as far as the V8s underneath the hood of the Tahoe and the Yukon, engineered to fail. 17. Well, this one's only got like 2 or 3 different modes, but the new ones have 17 different modes for the fuel injection system to cycle through so it can get the optimal gas mileage. Look at that thing. It weighs almost 6,000 pounds. Got a big, huge V8 under the hood. What kind of gas mileage do you expect vehicles like this to get? Now, I will say this. If you are a General Motors fan, you should have something to be excited right here. The new Ford Expedition is more Lincoln than Ford. They've done a whole bunch of stuff in there. Think electronics out the wazoo. So that means the next generation, Yukon, Tahoe, Suburban, all of that, it's going to have to be a heck of a technological advancement. Like, we're going to be bringing a whole bunch of Escalade into the Tahoe and stuff. Otherwise, it's going to play second fiddle to the Ford Expedition for this entire generation. But let's all be honest with each other. General Motors is General Motors. Chevrolet, Cadillac, and GMC all are from there. We're going to give it a full boat down here of acceleration, but I would imagine the diesel is not exactly the most sprightliest of the sprites. You know, diesels, they're just not really powerhouses. I mean, they are. Hold up. Let me rephrase that. They are torque monsters. They're made for towing, low RPM torque. But if you'll notice, that red line's just a touch over 5 right there. They don't like red lines and all that, but let's see what happens. Feel that in your gut. I'm pretty sure the gas, the 6.2 or even the 5.3 is faster in acceleration, but like I said, that's not what this is all about. This is made for people that've got like 10,000 pound boats and enclosed trailers, and they're taking it with the camper, taking the kids out on vacation for the summer. Stuff like that. General Motors, your customers deserve better. These are expensive vehicles. We're talking, this guy right here could easily get into the 80s, and you could easily start in the high 40s, low 50s. I mean, I'm not saying that Ford or Toyota or Nissan or Dodge, those other car manufacturers, don't have problems. But these back in the day, man, the late 90s and early 2000s, indestructible. 500,000 miles was average.